Daredevil Born Again Season 2, Episode 1. What's up, guys? This is Rohit, and you might notice a couple of things that are different. Our camera is nice. Uh, Bought a new camera thanks to my dad. Thank you for that. It's awesome. And also, Kim is not here. That's because she hasn't seen all the Daredevil seasons, especially the Netflix ones. I think she stopped at season 2, midway season 2, so she's got to catch up to a lot before she starts, you know, pretty far along in the story. But I've been keeping track of Daredevil since it first came out. I love this show. I think the Netflix Daredevil series was probably one of the best superhero series that I could think of, in my opinion. Like almost those 3 seasons were, I think, like top in everything. I think maybe season 2 maybe dipped a little bit in ratings, but to me, even that one was awesome with Punisher coming in, Elektra coming in. So I think all of them were just so freaking cool, and it was very grounded and gritty and just awesome. And have you seen my trailer reaction for Born Again season 2 that dropped? I think in January. I talked a little bit more about kind of what my review was for Born Again and how I felt. It was a mixed bag, and there was because it came right after the writer's strike, and there was a lot of changes going on with the story and with people getting moved out and the scripts being changed. And I could really tell watching that show that it wasn't as polished as it needed to be. And I think there were some characters that were underutilized, like Muse, for example. I just really felt like more could have been done with that. I could definitely tell Karen and Foggy were kind of brought in. They definitely were brought in later because of how you see them in the structure of the season. So I liked it, but I didn't love it as much as I loved the first 3 seasons. But now that they've had time, now they have pretty much kind of the story hopefully figured out and kind of the world more figured out with all the people that are working on this. They're not bringing in new actors. They have the original cast and crew that they're going to move forward with this season way better. So I'm very hopeful and I'm very excited to check it out. But I think my expectations really would be that it captures a bit of the magic of the first 3 seasons. It doesn't have to be the same. I get it, it's Disney, and I think there will always be a bit of change in these type of shows, but come on, man. You gotta there's these just grounded badass moments with Matt Murdock, with Kingpin, which I do think in Born Again season 1 there was more. It was done well, but I just felt like it felt choppy. It felt like there were some storylines that just didn't flow as well as I think they should have. Like I really didn't feel much for Heather. The new Daredevil's crew that existed. The investigator, the cop, the retired cop became the investigator. Didn't really care much for him, and needed, I think, his lawyer friend, if I'm remembering right. It's been a while. See, the fact that I can't even remember their names kind of shows like how they weren't that unique to me. But I did really like the journey that Kingpin had becoming the mayor, and how Matt was dealing with the death of Foggy. So I think there were some really good elements that I think were peppered in between some very choppy storylines. But that was my thought on it. I give that season, just the Born Again season 1, maybe like 7.5 or a 7 out of 10, honestly. And the previous seasons before that, they were above 9 for me. So if this gets above a 9, I'm happy because I think the actors are amazing, and this Charlie Cox is the best Daredevil that I can think of. I think all the other characters that show up, John Bernthal becoming Punisher, and then now being Punisher and Spider-Man, like it just shows how big of a hit this show was back in the day, and how important these actors have become because of this show. That I think they deserve just a better season. So my thought is, yeah, bring in the grounded realism, the cool character arcs that the show's known for, the action. Obviously, their one shot fight sequences are amazing, so those are awesome to check out. They bring back more of those. And I think one thing I mentioned this in my previous trailer review too is I kind of want some villains that last longer than Muse, because Wilson Fisk, for what, there's 4 seasons when you think about it. For 3 of those seasons, he's the main villain, right? And I mean, you could say the last season he was kind of building up to be the main villain, but he is the overarching villain, right? And I like that. I like that he's kind of like the Thanos who's kind of building up. But we've just faced him so many times that I really kind of want some villains that have just as much of a presence as he does. Muse did not have that. I don't think it's the actor's fault. I just think the storyline just didn't fit. Like, we see him for a couple of moments, like a couple of episodes, and he's gone. And I just that could have been an overarching antagonist for the entire season instead of just how they kind of used him. And I think, in this one, I do know that Bullseye is free, so maybe he can be that, and that would be cool. I really need some more villains, because it can get a little bit rehashing the same thing of Daredevil versus Kingpin, and sometimes it's okay if Kingpin isn't the overarching villain that we have to deal with constantly. So I kind of want just or maybe he can be, but there's also like some other powerful villains that have a presence that would stay the whole season or stay for a while and have an impact. I really would just want that, because if not, I'm kind of rehashing a little bit of the same stuff. But I think other than that, I don't think I have anything more to add. So, well, I'm excited. And, one last thing. And maybe this will probably be the first video I'm addressing it. So I know that there's been some comments about, and I love the comments. Super, super happy about the lore that some of you guys bring for the Night of the Seven Kingdoms videos that we dropped. And I've heard, a couple of times where, we were talking over some of the scenes that are happening. See, we see the subtitles, so we're reading the subtitles as we're talking, so we kind of know what's going on. And, Kim and I usually, that's how we watch stuff anyway. We talk about it, and then we're watching the subtitles, so we keep track of what's going on, unless like there's like a really epic scene that we want to rewatch. But generally speaking, we kind of just talk and watch and stuff like that. If there really is a problem, we mention it. But the thing is, that's us watching, and it's not really, we've only been doing this for like 2 months, so we still have to get used to the idea that, hey, this is being watched by others as well, and how are they receiving just how we are kind of like watching the show. So I think definitely we were discussing at a couple of points, even before the comments came, we were like, oh, maybe we should start pausing and seeing, if there's important moments where we really need to talk, that, we pause and have a discussion. Or usually what we try to do is wait till a season's kind of like, this episode kind of is like the dialogue is low and there's not much talking going on. Maybe it's just like a scene transition or something like that. That's kind of when we start discussing. But there's some times where we get too excited, we start talking, we don't even think about it. So, we'll try our best to do this more often, to take those pauses. I'll try to do it in this show, especially because it's just me. So I think it'd be easier for me to do it. And I think I'll have to, because I don't have Kim to kind of bounce off of certain ideas. But when it's just us two, we'll try. We'll definitely keep it in mind. I think it's just something we have to get used to doing. So just please be patient with us. If we do it again, it's bound to happen, but we're learning as we go. So, but I still really appreciate the comments and the feedback, because just everywhere we can make this channel better, that's just super helpful. And I love any criticism that's like constructive in terms of like, hey, try this. I love that. So thank you for that. And I think that's it from me. So I'm excited about this season. Let's do it. All right. Daredevil Born Again Season 2. Whew. All right. Oh, they have a companion podcast. I didn't realize that there was that too.
Thank you, New York. It's humbling to be sitting here, speaking to you as mayor this evening.
Oh, we're having a recap. Cool.
You want me to kill someone?
Foggy Nelson.
I went to Rikers. Ben Poindexter wanted to meet me.
Oh, I love this scene too.
Yeah.
Him using his tooth to take out the guy. Oh, that was so good. This was a really cool scene. Daredevil taking the shot. I really like the fact that he still has that moral center, even though he almost lost it.
You have been checking out on me, disappearing.
Heather is,
and
I don't know.
emotionally.
I
Now
just
back at
don't
his
see
place,
much
I
on
heard the
her.
heartbeats.
I love
You're
that
my
Karen
horse,
is
aren't
back.
you?
I tried my best, sure.
Foggy believed in you. He knew all of it. He knew you. I do too.
Glad you're back.
Heck yeah.
Sit atop
I'm glad Karen's back, too.
500 ADAs.
I will say some of the court
Is that
scenes were pretty
short
cool.
for something?
I was named for my uncle.
Ben Ur.
Do you know that
I like
Wilson
Benger's
Fisk was the
niece is
main
back. That's
suspect in your uncle's murder?
That was one thing that I was surprised by. I mean, it was a decision of killing Ben Urich because he's so like important in the comics.
I would like for you to be my administration's commissioner.
Muse, I felt like he could have been a lot more.
Shall I call you swordsman?
Is that a threat?
No, of course not.
Yeah, that was a brutal scene, crushing that mayor's head. I mean, not mayor's, commissioner's head. What am I doing? Kingpin's the mayor.
New York City is under martial law.
I'm gonna take this city back, Karen.
Where do we start?
I like how they use the cameras. This type of
Did Mayor Fisk
vibe
fix it?
with their shots.
Yeah.
It's a cool way of showing like what the representation
Screw the
is.
papers. New York is back and better than ever.
The representation in this is just really cool because you can kind of see with each like each moments that when they're talking about like how the city is going. It's like for like a comic book reader, it's like, you know, a pedestrian saying something, or like the superhero, whether it's like Spider-Man saying like what the city thinks, or J. Jonah Jameson like spouting out some stuff. Northern Star. I don't know if that's valuable. I'll write that down. Ooh, immediate, hell yeah. Is he in his black suit? Oh, hell yes, he is in the black suit. Oh, he's coming down. It's giving me like season 1 vibes. Shipping containers. Oh. Why is he attacking Northern? Why would he a shipping container? I mean, I'm guessing it's something to do with Kingpin's shipments. Oh, I like the silhouette. That's cool. Nice. The double D. Hell yeah. I really like this suit. I think black and red is probably my favorite. Oof. Still brutal. Got that rage. Notes are hitting. Damn. You're not happy. Who did that? What would stopping the ship mean? Why would you do that? Or are you just putting it as slow? The devil! Dang. Oh, yeah, okay, got it. It was a collapsible bowl. I was just like, he's that strong now? I saw that hole coming, like, the bullet hole, but I thought it was still through metal. What is this? Military grade hardware. Guns.
Danis, είχε ανθρώπους εκεί κάτω. Τους ξέρεις? Εγώ όχι. Μας είπαν τι να κάνουμε αν μας την πέσουν.
Oh, that's why they stopped. What are they gonna do? Are they gonna blow up the ship? Oh my god. Are they gonna blow up the ship and everyone in there? That's a wild move. Ooh. And then blame it on Daredevil? Find it, bro. I feel okay. This was really cool. I think they did this in the first season, in the first scene where they were showing his super senses. Why did he put the watch in the thing? Oh, they're just sinking the ship. Oh, is that why he put the watch so he could keep track of it? Gotcha. That's cool. That's smart. Dang, they sunk the whole boat. All those guys dead. I thought he would like do something crazy, like blow it up or something, or like blow up the lower floors or something. I mean, the fact that they're down, like they're fine with dropping an entire shipping container, like that's crazy, right? Not a shipping, like a whole ship full of shipping containers. Like, dang, he swims fast, man. Interesting. I really like the combat. The combat was never the problem. I think even in the first one, the combat was pretty dope. Born Again Season 1, I mean. That ran well. That's awesome. Matthew Lillard is in it too now. Gandolfini. I like it. I like the intro. I like the way this episode started. A lot of action, a lot of cool moments. Back at Josie's. Dang. Is that Karen? Yeah, she's learning. Wing Chun? Hell yeah. I respect that. It's good to defend yourself, man. And you do have one of the best martial artists ever. Daredevil pretty much is that.
All over the news. You definitely sent Fisk a message.
Using the free ports to smuggle arms. I think we hit him hard.
Good.
Sure.
He's gonna lose his mind.
Yeah, I just can't help but wonder who is all that firepower for?
The Punisher, no.
So what's next?
Proving it.
Wouldn't it have been better to blow it up, the ship? Could have destroyed. Well, I guess the explosion size would have made it, given it away. Ooh, they're back at it. I like it.
Trying to call an affair with my general?
No.
Stitches.
I like the relationship.
And I guess tonight was a pretty good night.
Could get better.
That's Matt Murdock for you. Just always gets the girls. There's my the white coat. That's
Confirms that
awesome.
The wreck is blocking the entrance to the port. Nothing is landing until the northern star's cleared.
It's not looking happy. Oh well, actually I don't know yet. I'm only seeing his back. Is he cool with this? Was it all part of the plan? They seem pretty calm about it. He's kind of like, it sucks, I guess.
This is a terrorist attack. Orchestrated and executed by the vigilante of Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, I think I can get that out there.
Howell, I want you to organize the salvage operation.
Copy that.
Terrorist attack.
Hunt for Daredevil and Karen Page. Intensify it.
Yes, sir.
How did they figure out was Karen Page was involved? I
It
guess
was a
maybe
nation
the
besides
Punisher.
you and I.
Only the captain and the first mate, sir.
Find them.
See, to me, the camera itself, right? I mean, I know Daredevil destroyed that, but if there was a recording, you use that recording to just show that he's been just fighting and beating up people. Because, I mean, they had weapons, but I guess they would still look like thugs with weapons. Oh,
Yeah, it's me. Yeah, I'm watching.
is the
yeah,
Matthew Lillard
I would say clusterfuck is a pretty apt description.
in DC.
No, it's fine. I'll go through myself.
What's his role in here? Okay.
Man, Fisk is gonna clean that up.
I worry about the pollution.
Babe, this is the East River, okay? It's nasty. There's like 3 diapers
It's
floating
nasty.
right there. I'm worried about the mass bastards.
These animals can do something like that? What's next?
See, the
He's
only
losing his mind.
If you're not back by 5, I'll meet you at the fallback spot. You okay?
No
There
matter
we
how
go.
we come and no matter what we do, Fisk just gets back up. Even worse than before.
I'm gonna pause this real quick. So, the only thing that kind of confuses me about basically the civilian population is like, I don't know if they're sleeping under a rock. Like I get why like Spider-Man, right, has like a potential negative reputation by a lot of people because J. Jonah Jameson's just like, he just keeps talking shit about him. So he's done that from the beginning. But Kingpin, I mean, he was a criminal that definitely, because Netflix series is connected to this, right? He was a criminal. He was literally, convicted. Yeah, sorry. Convicted for what he did, was in jail, came back, was convicted again, went to jail again, somehow came back, and now, like, went for the mayor and everything like that. The commissioner knew, but to me, I'm just wondering, like, even if you don't know his crime, right? Like, even if you don't know, and I get it, like, Daredevil's kind of like he's a shadowy vigilante, so I get, like, you can pin some things on Daredevil, even though he's been around for quite a while and most of the time just helped. But I just didn't understand how, narratively speaking, and I think it happens in comics too, but I'm just wondering, like, how the citizens are cool with. Well, actually, to be fair, no, this is different because it actually went into. I was going to say that we did elect a convicted person, but this is not just convicted. This is a person that like was indicted. But here we're talking about someone who actually was arrested and then, like, twice has been convicted of the crimes, has pled guilty. So you have the charges all the way through, and then this guy still comes back and is able to become mayor. I just feel like, even if he can become mayor through the process, I just don't know how the civilians just accept that so easily. That's the one part where it's kind of off to me. Also, how would they be so cool with a vigilante task force? Because isn't, like, this is the Marvel universe. I'm going too deep into this. I know. I just need like I feel like Born Again season 1 didn't give me like a great reason as to how everybody accepted Fisk. Because the problem was he became mayor in the first episode, and I kind of had hoped that there would have been more about that. So, but I think I just have to kind of accept that at least a general population, or maybe just the population that they're recording, really believe that Fisk is doing good. So that could be the case. All right, back at it. Let's go.
Yeah, that's why we have to keep trying, huh?
Yeah.
We expose that he's running guns. He's using the free port to line his and his cronies' pockets. He will be held accountable.
He doesn't look convinced, man.
I have to believe that, Karen.
Jess just pulled the ship's manifest. For now, we have the captain and the first mate. Both Cypriot nationals and both have family in Australia.
All right, I'm gonna check it out.
I like the transition to his bald head. Double D. Oh, so you have that. I guess you can't use it. That recording again.
Good to see you again, Mr. Gomez.
You haven't met the
Mr.
Attorney
Gomez.
General yet, have you? Mayor Fisk.
No, I have not.
You're giving yourself rather extraordinary emergency powers. Your Safer Streets initiative equates vigilantes with terrorists?
Your point being?
My point is that these are provocative moves, Mr. Mayor. Moves that weren't discussed with the governor, weren't discussed with myself.
It is wild.
Please tell the governor that the culprit will be brought to justice. I've vowed to clean up the streets, and I've done that.
There's going to be a lot of scrutiny with these upcoming vigilante trials. My office needs to be involved. Now, I know you're not going to like it, but that means oversight.
You know they have a Hero King in Manhattan? Look at this thing. It's like a pound of food.
Excuse me.
Yes. May I feel a little point?
I am definitely supposed to be here, Sheila.
Okay. He's supposed to be here. Okay. He seemed cool with it.
Charles.
Okay. He knows.
Well, where are you from?
Charles.
So good. Langley.
I don't know what you or the agency thinks that you're doing here, but it's...
Well, I don't know what a lieutenant governor
So
actually is, so I guess we're even, aren't we, Juan?
CIA? I think it's CIA, right?
You're definitely going to want to answer that phone call.
Wait. I don't know what Langley is. I feel like it's either CIA or FBI or something big. Ah, damn. I'll figure it out later.
Yeah, I totally understand.
He definitely has those vibes,
Yes,
like
Mr.
he's got some connections. Push
As I
aside,
said,
bro.
Mr. Fisk, my office will totally support you and Phil, all of it. Oversight. Won't be a problem.
Dang.
I appreciate that very much.
What connections does he have right now? This is crazy. He just... That is wild. Okay. The fact that Kingpin can just be like, yeah, Attorney General, you got no power here. Because I got connections. That dude kind of looks like Kingpin a little bit. Oh, Karen Page doing some sneaky work. Probably just getting food. That's also reasonable. Or maybe doing some sneaky work. Oh, okay, she's doing some sneaky work. She could have just been getting some snacks, you know? I get that too.
I asked for a lawyer, and I get a psychiatrist.
This evaluation is for your legal team at Murdock and McDuffie. I'm just an impartial observer here.
Oh, please, Dr. Glenn, impartial? That's cheeky.
In the case of adults dressing up in costume and fighting with the police, it seems the psychological evaluation is in order.
Absurd accusation.
Is he trying to break them?
Mr. Duquesne, are you saying that you're not the vigilante known as the swordsman?
Hostile, delusional. That's pretty fast.
Saying District Attorney Hochberg will have to prove that in court.
I'm going to ask you some true or false questions. There's no wrong answer.
Authority.
Please answer truthfully.
I mean, there's a degree of truth to that, I think.
This is a waste of both our time. If a psychological evaluation is needed, I prefer it be done by a professional, agreed upon by both the prosecution and the defense.
Reasonable. Okay. She's not doing too hot herself. A psychiatrist with trauma. Psychoanalyzing other people is probably not the best option. That's kind of a Harley Quinn situation, if you know what I'm saying.
Then you know you're being held here under the Safer Streets Act. You're not at
She
Rikers.
probably just hates him.
The NYPD has no jurisdiction over this place for any knowledge of your whereabouts. In your trial, the only thing that might ever enable you to see the light of day can be postponed until you heal, or canceled if you don't. True or false?
She's kind of enjoying
I like
this a little bit
mechanics
too much.
magazines.
That is false.
Dang. Fisk is using her
Tell them
pretty
since you left,
hard,
you
bro.
know. Yep.
Also, I don't understand why she was like, I saved myself, not Daredevil. Like, Daredevil definitely saved you.
Only targets people who can't afford to pay, and we can't afford another investigator.
And you can't afford to pay me.
I know. This is real David and Goliath shit.
Yeah, and half of these pickups are task force pickups. And these people just tend to disappear, Kirsten.
Kirsten, I don't even remember her name. Yeah. Lawyer friend. Kirsten.
Anything?
Gotcha.
No, nothing. Nada.
That'll be all good.
This is gonna be fine.
I'm sure.
My partner, my friend, goes missing after.
Shit. Hochberg.
Huckberg. Oh yeah, Cherry. I think I remembered his name.
McDuffie privately.
Just write it down just in case though.
88. Yeah, I was just on my way out.
Not exactly a white shoe firm these days. More of a, I don't know, legal aid hostel.
Always struggling a little bit.
At least I get to keep my soul at the end of the day.
Kirsten, we both know I don't need to be here. I came because I respect you.
Huckberg.
Plead out. Avoid the humiliation of losing the Duquesne case.
Oh, Ben. I have 4 brothers. I don't get embarrassed. But thank you.
That's nice.
My defenses are rock solid, and I have the evidence to prove it.
Oh, you think the evidence matters?
What happened to you?
I read the tea leaves. Kirsten, come back to the DA's office. I'll match whatever lie you tell me you're making here.
Well, it's a very generous offer, and I must respectfully say, fuck you.
I was gonna literally say fuck you.
That's disappointing, Kirsten.
And I really prefer Counselor McDuffie.
I'll see you in court. Counselor McDuffie.
That's the thing, right? So the DA's office, I mean, we know already the DA, also I paused, but DA's office, we know that there's nothing really going on that. You know, like, he doesn't have much power. This guy, Huckberg, wants her to be part of that. So, I mean, yeah, I guess here's the thing. Like, this could just literally be that he knows that Fisk is way too dangerous and he's honestly trying to help her. There's also a chance of that. Because, you know, like, why would she matter so much that he's willing to come all the way here, willing to match? I mean, unless he thinks that she can win the case. But I think Huckberg might be just doing this for survival, because I kind of think about it for a second, right? Like, if you're in a situation like that, like you're working in your office and then Kingpin is like your boss now. I mean, and you'll start hearing some things. I feel like, you know, you'll start and he has his presence, and you'll be like, you know what, I gotta be a little careful with what I'm doing. You know, maybe I can quit, but I mean, some people don't even get to quit, so I don't know. But I like Kirsten here. She was like, fuck you. Literally, I was thinking that too. It's like, you know what I'll say to you? Fuck you. I like that.
I'm surprised to see you out here so publicly.
Yeah, it's important.
Need that?
Ship, the Northern Star.
Yeah, I had a feeling you were behind this.
It's loaded with military weapons, heavy-duty ordnance.
Got that hoodie.
This is our best chance to expose him. Fisk will try to squirrel the weapons away at Red Hook before anyone can link him to the shipment. Fisk will destroy the whole city.
You know I'm retired, right?
His own ship, though.
And died on that boat, Jerry.
Would it kill you to reach out to him?
I can't put him at risk.
And me? You're old. Fuck you.
You know who I am, and you've never let me down. That's why I come to you. That's why I'm gonna keep coming to you.
All right. North Star, what do you need from me?
Captain and the first mate flooded the boat and took off, which means they're co-conspirators in the gun running. Akilio Kiriakou and Chris.
One of the two folks.
You need to spell those names.
Yeah, I need you to spell those names.
You don't like Greek food? Who is it? Who is in here? Which vigilante is in this one?
I'm looking for either of these two men.
Oh, okay, they're just looking for them.
I'm sorry. My English.
Don't fucking do that. Yes or no?
Menos fascistas.
All right.
Okay, how is that a good look? Got him. You can beat him up for that one?
New York is back and better than ever.
My
there it
useful
is.
little paw. She sells my lies so well. Her uncle, Ben Urich, would be so disappointed in her. But that's what got him killed.
Dang, they brought the man's face back just to show that. Who is doing this? Is it her?
Mayor I am. I made so much money off that secret port for my rich and criminal friends, making sure they're made spoiled again by that dastardly do-gooder. I hope he didn't find my illegal goods. Don't worry, I'll get him in the end. And remember, I love you, New York.
Who is doing that? I like that. Man, they should have been Ben Urich just for that. Dang. I feel like it's her that she's the one doing it.
Whoa, chill.
I am deputy mayor now, Miss York.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, he's deputy. I did like his character.
Even on that salary, you can't afford this.
No, it's perfect. Mayor Fisk owns the building, so he got me a deal.
Daniel.
Ooh.
He put everything he owns into a trust, which, you know.
Look. Daniel, you have to be careful. Okay, Fisk is playing some 10-dimensional game, and if that ever comes crashing down, he's not gonna be the one that gets hurt.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you. By the way, you killed it with New York's back and better than ever.
I mean, he's living a good life. He might be the scapegoat, though, for sure.
We're closed.
Fisk's task force do this?
None of your concern.
Yeah, it is. I'm a lawyer.
He does not. He looks more like a hobo, but yeah, sure.
I think
that was the first
we might be on the same team here.
Murdock.
Murdock.
Aren't
I
you
think Greek
supposed to
language.
be missing Mr. Murdock? Or dead?
Yeah. There's a lot of that going around these days. Look, Achilleo and Christophe are in a lot of trouble, and I would like to help protect them if I can.
Achilleo was supposed to go to Toronto tonight.
Nicosia.
I'll find him.
Task force took him.
I do like this look on Murdock, though.
Means
He looks
nobody
dope.
finds him.
What about Christophe?
If they got him too, no one can help him.
Ooh, she know. Makes sense.
We have to try, don't we?
Oh, I thought you were going to say that.
Yes. Yes. We're doomed to try.
Good old torture.
I told you. I did what I was told. The devil came.
By devil, you mean Daredevil.
Yes, Daredevil.
Where's Christophe?
I don't know.
So all that torturing he did was just for that question. Why'd you run? Because, I mean, look at all that.
Honestly.
Confirmed there was Daredevil on the boat.
And the camera confirmed that.
Tip. Smashing someone's face in can make them reluctant to comply. How'd you mind?
ABTF.
Sorry about him.
He's a cop.
I did what I was told. I just want to go home.
I think that can be arranged.
He's gonna be killed immediately.
Nem tesz ki se tipota.
Damn. Rough. So no witnesses. That makes sense. I do like that, actually, because that's what in the first season, in the Netflix season, there was, I mean, they couldn't even say Kingpin's name. They couldn't even say Fisk, or they had to kill themselves. So I like that degree of intensity.
So, do we speak freely in front of the missus, or I mean, everyone has their own.
Vanessa, she's privy to all my business dealings.
Glad that she kept the same actress. She did a great job with her.
Well, I didn't mean to offend, so.
But you have.
Classic.
Look, Mr. Mayor, the people I work for are very grateful for the use of your very special port.
Okay.
Task force is organizing a salvage
Name
team.
again? Charles?
No.
Yeah, Charles.
Most of my job is logistics. And people don't know that, but it's true. Like,
Who is he partnered with? Who's Fisk working with?
but moving 30 tons of military ordnance across a major metropolitan area without a single fucking person knowing about it, but it is absolutely necessary.
My men, they're effective. They're very loyal.
Great. So you have no problem killing them after they've unloaded the boat?
Good men are hard to come by.
I could put together a little night crew. Decent workers, nothing special. They unload the goods into your Red Hook warehouse.
Are they getting it from the sunk
Obviously,
ship?
it's up to you.
And nothing gets traced back to us.
Or you, Mr. Charles.
No, nothing. That circle is complete.
It seems our interests are aligned.
Pause one more time. So that's interesting. Okay. So Charles is working for some group that Fisk is partnered with, and that's where they're getting the military. Like, that's who he's transporting the military hardware to, using his ports. And Fisk is like, good men are hard to come by. But isn't Fisk just killing a lot of his men? Like, isn't he killing the driver and everything? Or is that because of Charles, like, pushing that? That's interesting. I thought Fisk was the one doing it because it was a lot like that in the first season where if they even mentioned his name, he had to be so secretive about his affairs, which I think was a great way to like build up this character. Like nobody could reveal, whoever worked under him could reveal like who they really were. Like he had a couple of people that he was really close to that he be like protective of, but mostly everybody else was expendable. So now it's interesting. He's being a little bit more, I guess, careful about that, and maybe has more people that he cares about. I guess this was maybe just a witness thing. Maybe the two, like the captain and like the his I guess second in command for that shipping container. I guess they were expendable even though they followed orders. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Maybe it's Charles that's pushing that forward, but yeah, Charles seems to have power then for sure, man. Who would he be working? He was in Washington D.C., so he's got to be high up in the food chain. I don't know. I'm trying to think of any comic book versions of things that I. Hydra, are they back? No, I don't think that's the case. It's been a pleasure cleaning for you. That's nice.
It's my inside guy. Well, source. Only he doesn't know it.
Do you like him?
I mean, he grows on you, but no, not like that.
Good. Could get complicated.
She would know.
You know, your uncle used to say something. Took me a little too long to figure out what he meant, but the easiest people to manipulate are manipulators. Never forget, baby, we are manipulators. It's
Easy people are manipulators?
more like an I don't want you to die type of shit.
That makes sense. When you're already dead, you want another one gone.
You follow in the footsteps of your uncle.
Makes sense too.
You guys were close, right?
Yeah, he's a big part of why I'm here with you right now.
That's true too.
Because Fisk killed her.
Yes.
That was a wild moment when that happened.
And
I really thought he would be
I have a lot of
there
guilt
for
about that.
a longer time. That's
I'm
true.
pretty sure Ben died to save me. Yeah. A lot of dead bodies behind us, BB. I think maybe the best way to honor them would be not to join them.
That's fair. I really like this going back all the way to season 1 in this moment.
False. No one seems to understand me.
False.
Yeah, he's
I'm
not
often the
crazy,
smartest
bro.
person in the room.
True. A little bit of narcissism is important.
Ben Hochberg. I'm just prepping my opener, and I'm looking over your psych eval on John.
Okay, so it was his case. Okay.
Your contemporaneous notes are fantastic. His hostility, his hatred of authority. If I can convince them that Duquesne is a sociopath, it might have a much easier time sending him back into a deep. Since you're checking over the answers anyway.
She's a straight up ass trauma. I mean, she gotta know that she has trauma. He could have been such a cool villain, man. For a longer time.
Dr. Glenn?
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's of course it's possible I entered the data wrong.
Dang, are you gonna lie, girl? Jeez. I don't think Heather was like the first season. She definitely won't be like now. I do get though, it's just trauma based.
If you could just send me over a corrected copy of the data, that'd be great.
Absolutely, you'll have it by the end of the day.
Dang.
Evil spirits possess me at times.
I beg your pardon?
Just answer the question.
I don't think so.
False.
Probably need a therapist. Oh, that is crazy. That's a wild move, girl. You're gonna change your analysis? That's going through ethical grounds at that point.
We'll never figure out how you do that.
You know, years of brutal training from a borderline psychotic sensei.
Hey.
That'll.
Let's see it.
This restaurateur in Astoria. She was trying to get Achilleo back to
Sticky Hands, right? Yeah, that's Sticky Hands in is that Sticky Hands? That's the
We need more people making trouble for Fisk.
that's what
Especially
the
for
training's
time
called for
trials
that.
Hey. Hey, you okay?
Getting your brains, bro.
You miss it?
Do I miss it?
Oh, you know. Being Matt Murdock.
Elson Murdock and Paige.
That was nice.
Yeah, I guess sometimes I do, yeah. You?
Every damn day.
Yeah, I still don't. I think I have to see as we see more seasons of this if having Foggy die that early was a good idea or not.
Θέλει να σε ευχαριστήσει προσωπικά.
Oh, is it the second dude? Hey, might be the second guy.
Είμαι ο Χριστοφής. Χριστοφής Σάβας. Ήμουν στο Northern Star. Είπαν ότι μπορείς να με βοηθήσεις.
Give him to Matt. Pack him up. Send him.
David and fucking Goliath.
Yeah, folks, open up.
Come on.
Just want to talk.
Don't kill him, bro.
Cherry, don't got me like that.
Don't kill Cherry, bro.
Yeah, I do.
Be smart, though.
So,
Oh.
well, you and a bunch of loser cops looking for covered Greek sailors.
Well, which loser cops are we talking about?
Damn.
Yeah, you hit like a kid.
Jesus. Why do you have an eye patch? Keeps thinking of a pirate. There we go. I mean, it's not good. I don't like Cherry to die. There we go.
He's here, Daredevil!
Jerry,
Enough.
you're hard.
Sure could take a punch a lot better 10 years ago.
This is a trap? I mean, it's true. I mean, you just go after Matt Murdock's his friends that are still out there. And, you know, that's more than enough of a trap. Hell yeah. Get him! That dude looks so good. Oh no. That's PTSD, bro. Heart rate's going crazy. Yeah, that's PTSD. Get distracted, Matt. Oh no, come on, bro. Oh. Like, the blind lawyer is Matt Murdock.
Matt Murdock.
Oh, no, sir. Oh, no witnesses. That's wild. Yeah, we know what that is. Oh, yeah, that's bullseye right there. You're welcome. That is hella cool. Okay, that was sick. That was sick. Anything else? Nope, that's it. You're welcome with the knife. Bullseye's helping out. We're going to have a team up. That makes sense, man. It makes sense, especially with what Fisk is doing. Okay, so that was episode 1. And I think that's all that's out right now. Right? Yeah, that's it. Okay, cool. Northern Star was the episode's name. Dope. That was a good episode. I actually liked that. That one was pretty solid. It was following some characters that I didn't care about much from the last season, so I'm not as hyped about their storylines right now, but I'm open to it getting cooler. Like I did like, Kristen or Kirsten? One of those two. Her response to Huckberg. I like that. I like that she's trying to do the good work, the trial piece, because Daredevil show, I mean, you gotta have the trials one way or another, and if Matt and Karen are, underground, trying to stay hidden, trying to stay ahead of Fisk and his task force, then it makes sense that someone else is picking up the slack for that. So if they start doing some more trial stuff, that'd be cool. I'll be hyped to see that. I think even in the last season, the trial moments were pretty cool. I like those. I always enjoyed it. Whenever you have a hero and it shows more of their life and you make it interesting, it makes a show just much more richer. That's why the Netflix Daredevil series, the trials, like to me, one of my favorites was literally the Punisher one, Frank Castle. That one was really cool because it lasted like half a season, and it was really cool how they went into each episode and how it was building up and then how it turned out. I think that was a great moment. Like there were great moments for that. So if she gets involved in this, that'd be really cool. I wonder if we'll see Matt be a lawyer right now. Would that be possible because being hunted down? And what is he being hunted down for? I'm not remembering. I have to look it up again. Or if you guys remember from last season, I haven't seen the last season in a little while, but I'm trying to remember at the end, like what was Matt being like? He's not outed as Daredevil, so what is Matt is being hunted down for? Was he working with Daredevil? Is that what it is? And Karen Page and their accomplices or something like that? Or maybe it was mentioned this season. I kind of missed it. I don't know. Did I miss it? Let me double check. If there was a point where Charles shows up in the office when the DA and everyone were having a talk. I'm wondering if there was anything about Karen Page there. I don't think so. No, I don't think there was anything with Karen Page. Was there anything with Karen Page, like other than like the poster? Why was she being hunted down? I don't know. I don't remember. I unfortunately forgot, but it's okay. I know there's a reason. I just don't remember what it is. But them being on the hunt and them being underground is pretty cool. Seems like it's ignited their relationship back. I like their relationship a lot. I still like Elektra. I think, in my opinion, Daredevil and Elektra are like the true couple. But I understand not bringing her in. I think in the comics they properly have them, I think, married and everything too, and then they have them like recently break up again, and I was like, don't do that. Like they are like a power couple. It's like Mary Jane and Peter Parker. Like Karen Page in the comics was I don't think she was as important as in the show. But to be fair, I really like Deborah Ann Wall. Like I like her Karen quite a bit. So I'm okay. I'm down with this relationship too. Like in the show they did a really good job with that, but personally I'm always still Elektra fan on that. But so they're hiding out and they're pretty much, causing problems for Fisk, trying to take him down, trying to get some more info. So I like that. I like that Fisk has some, because that was the other thing too. Like, what criminal activities does he really need to do when he's controlling so much, or when he's being the mayor? But it makes sense that he has a partnership with someone pretty up there in the government. I feel like, at least someone with connections to the government, to the fact that Charles can straight up tell Attorney General, "Hey, don't look into this. This is Fisk's turf. You can't mess around with that." So, got to be pretty big. But I don't know if it had to be military. Like, I don't know if it had to be government based, because why would you need military grade hardware? Like, you should be able to technically get that yourself. So this is being imported in, or at least channeled through. So I'm wondering why and who would be doing that. I don't know yet. I don't have too many things to go off on that one. Heather's losing it, man. Heather is losing her mind, which makes sense. She did get almost killed by Vigilante, even though it makes no dang sense why she hates all Vigilantes, because literally a Vigilante saved her. But she's like, nope, I saved myself. I'm like, sure. Like, you shot him a bunch of times after, but the fact that, like, she's actively changing her analysis on that guy, that is not good. That is pretty bad. I mean, it's really hard to convince yourself that you're making a right move there, because regardless of your trauma, if you're like a psychiatrist, I feel like you have enough of an insight to be like, hey, if I really think that these guys are a threat, let the fairness of trial deal with that, not be actively changing the evidence. That is crazy. But I mean, they've all gotten corrupt. I don't see like Heather having a um like a redemption arc. I don't know. Maybe she could maybe have it. I wonder what she would how she would feel when her and Matt eventually collide. Which the fact that they took out his mask and they were like, "Holy shit, that's Matt Murdock!" I was like, "Whoa, like that's not good." Um, but then yeah, it's just the fact that was probably the most favorite moment. I love the fight scenes. The fight scenes are so good, and what I really like about Daredevil, and I think Spider-Man is one of them as well, which is because they have these extra senses. They can kind of tell where the people are and they just attack without even looking. I love that moment when he's like blocking or like just dodging an attack or just hitting something in the back, and 100% like he can tell, and that's why he can do it. It's a very unique fighting style that like real world can never really apply unless you had those senses. So it's like a unique way of creating a fighting style, and I think Spider-Man can do that too with Spider Sense. So that's really cool. So I really like that. And then the fact that Bullseye saves him out of all people and then says, "You're welcome." And I love that he threw the knife and it ricocheted up and then down to perfectly land next to him. That's really cool. So yeah, now we don't have to worry about those guys figuring out that Matt Murdock's alive. Now, I did say like it makes sense why Bullseye would be working with Daredevil. I mean, he wants Kingpin dead. Daredevil wants to take down Kingpin, so there's a bit of that. But that's interesting. I wonder why he needs Daredevil's help right now, at least. But we'll figure it out. Bullseye is just fun, and I can't remember his name, the actor who plays him, but he did a great job. I really liked in season 3 how they showed Bullseye's journey, and that's what I meant by like in that series. The first season, obviously, you had Kingpin, but in the second season, you had Punisher and Elektra, and like Punisher wasn't really the villain, but he was like an anti-hero that was coming through. Elektra similarly could become like villain-like, and then you had Nobu. And while like Nobu wasn't like as strong of a villain as Kingpin, still sufficed because it was like a villain that kind of had a lasting impact for a while. But season 3, with getting Bullseye and then also having his story and how the arcs for the villains is something so cool to see in this, because not too many shows have your villains evolve, and I think they do a great job with this one. So I really like because Bullseye in the comics is just a crazy psychopathic character who enjoys just like he enjoys killing people. So there's not much redemption you can even think of him, but in this show I can see that because we see what Bullseye was like, and he essentially he had definitely some like neurological issues as a kid, but it wasn't like he was just trying to kill everyone. Like he was conditioned, and then Kingpin took advantage of it, and then his wife took advantage of him again. I really like that in the last season too, where his wife is the one to like kind of push him to do what he did. But we'll see what his reasonings here are. But I'll be down for more of that. That really excites me. That's pretty awesome. And what else did I miss? They got rid of the boat. Charles is interesting, and then of course, Yurik's niece is kind of going into it. I really like that scene with Karen and who is it's BB, right? So it's like B Yurik. I'm just gonna call her B Yurik because I don't remember her first name. But I really like that scene with them two, kind of talking about. Oh, I guess it's BB. It's BB Yurik. I guess so. But I really like that. We would really address Karen talking about how Ben potentially most likely died for her, and we know that it is kind of Karen's fault that it did happen. Like the fact that Fisk found out about Ben was because in the first season, spoilers, but they find out his mom, and that's because Karen was looking into it, and through that Ben looked into it, and they got that some details about Fisk's like life prior as a kid and what he did. And I think and that's when I'm trying to remember, but that's how Fisk finds out. Like Fisk finds out that from his mom that hey, some people visited and then figured out Ben did it, and then Ben didn't reveal Karen's name, so Ben got killed. That was a wild moment because Ben Urich is pretty important in the comics. He doesn't die like that. So when he died, that was pretty intense. So I really like that they had a resolution of that. Not resolution, but a moment at least where you kind of talk about what happened, and that was cool. And now I wonder who the fake Kingpin is. The one who's kind of telling the truth about Fisk. Is it her? Is it Karen? Is it someone else? I don't think it's Matt. I don't think Matt acts like that. So I'm wondering who that could be. But and they didn't really explain like, is this showing on TV or is this showing on the internet? Like, or is it just like who's recording this and which people is this going out to? I'm not sure. Because we didn't hear anything like, oh man, like did you see that Fisk's like news where like Fisk someone was impersonating him and talking all that shit? Like I didn't see that anything like that. So I wonder where is this being broadcasted to? But we'll figure that out too, I guess later. I think that's it, right? Did I miss anything? Now I know whose trial we're talking about. It's the swordsman, so that makes sense. And I really like the actor's like personality. I hope he survives. I hope what happened to White Tiger doesn't happen to him. That would be sad. The vigilante trials. So I definitely want to see that. I want to see how that goes. I think I've gotten everything in. Yeah. I don't think I have anything more to add. Pretty good first episode. I like it. Oh, there was one last thing. This is not going to be that long of a talk. This is something I'm wondering. However long Born Again seasons last, I wonder whenever we get through it, or maybe even by the end of the season, I'll have to keep looking back to the moment of Foggy's death and being like, was it worth it? Did it like create enough of a it definitely created an impact, but was it like necessary for the narrative? Because I can see the point where, you know, hey, the stakes are like they always survive. Like if the stakes are the three main folks, Matt's inner circle always survives. And it's only like outer circle folks that die, then it kind of doesn't feel that scary for them. So when you kill Foggy off straight from the beginning, it definitely has a bigger impact there. So I can see why they went for that. But I wonder if that chemistry was missed, because I like Cherry. Cherry's chemistry is good with Matt, but it's not the same as like Foggy. I think Foggy and it's like the best friend vibes. Like I don't know who else can really have that with Matt right now. So I kind of miss that. Maybe it's Bullseye, man. Maybe they can be homies in some way. I do like their relationship too. So, but yeah, that's it for me. I mean, I think this episode was pretty solid. This episode, I'm gonna give this episode like a solid 8.5 out of 10, which is pretty good for the premiere, I would say. I'm probably not 9. I think the main reason for it not being like 9 right now is there's certain moments that I feel, unless they get resolved later on, just feel kind of weird to me, which is I really like like I mentioned before, the interviews that they do with the people, but some of it just feels so confusing because I'm like, how are these people not already like noticing that they like who Fisk is and kind of what's been going on, and the fact that like ATF's coming in just slapping people around and nobody's like pointing out like what. I mean, if I have to reflect it back to what's happening, I don't want to get like political or anything like that, but when we see what's happening in America, like moments like those are captured. Like this is social media we're talking about. This is set in the modern day. There's no way you don't show some of those details. You're telling me nobody in the restaurant like just kind of took a quick pic and kind of just showed like, hey, this is horrible. So that's kind of weird to me, because it feels a little too isolated in a sense, like I feel like in the social media age and electronics, you would kind of be able to show that stuff. But I can give that a pass. I don't think it's too much of a problem. It's really a matter of it's just certain things I noticed where it kind of pulls me out a little bit. You know, like does this make sense here? Same thing with Heather. Like I totally get why she is traumatic and she might have the hatred for vigilantes, but to the point where she goes as far as actually like changing testimonials and stuff like that. I'm like, you're actively doing illegal things to put down like put away a vigilante. That's kind of that's a line that I'm like, okay, you crossed that line very fast. And because it's like it happened to her in like episode 5 or 6 of that season, and then like what it was 4 more episodes after that she joins Kingpin, and then boom, she's in this. Like I don't know, it's a little bit too fast. I think that's what it would I think that's what I would call it. I think I don't mind her arc going that way, but I think you just need to take a little bit more time. Because even with Bullseye, who's literally a psychopath, he'd resisted that. He resisted wanting to kill people, at least in the like a good few episodes. He wasn't like immediately like I will kill. And even when he started killing people, he had his partner. He didn't kill initially. Like there's a growth in a bad way, but there's a growth to the villain. So here, if Heather is going down that route, I just feel like it's a little too fast. That she went through this traumatic event. She had this kind of a breakup with Matt. She joins Fisk. And I mean, I guess there was a shooting towards Fisk and Matt gets hurt. And then I guess she just feels like, you know what? These guys need to be put away, which I get. But then I'm like, I'll change the evidence. I don't know. So those are a couple of things that I feel iffy about. And I think that's why it's an 8.5. And that kind of, that is a unfortunate thing that, see, this season I think is, this episode I think is written really well. But it still has to follow up, in my opinion, kind of a messy season 1. You still have to follow those character storylines, and I think that's kind of why it's suffering a little bit. It's suffering a little bit with some of these characters because they just weren't that well developed and fleshed out in the first season. So, you're kind of taking along their journey, and some of it just feels off. But everything with Matt, everything with Karen, everything with Yurik, everything with Kingpin. Very little Kingpin, honestly. It was like a few scenes. But solid. Really good. Really like it. Love the fight scenes and love that Bullseye's making it play. So that's it for me. Let me know in the comments of what you guys think of the first episode. Is it hyping you? Are you excited about it? I'm definitely hyped to watch this whole season. Like this, the first episode pretty much grounded me to the fact that, hey, there's some really cool elements. Daredevil's suit looks badass. The fighting scenes are great. The characters are back. All of that excites me. So I think this will just keep getting better and better. That's my hope and my optimism here. But let me know what you guys think, and let me know. It's kind of weird Kim's not here, so I just say peace. Bye.